From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Tuesday, September 26, 2023. I'm D-Ray Knight. This is what's going on. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety has announced plans to conduct 22 sobriety checkpoints in 18 different counties throughout the month of October. The checkpoints are scheduled in Pennington, Butte, Lawrence, Meade, and Fall River counties. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety funds these checkpoints, and the South Dakota Highway Patrol conducts them with the assistance of local law enforcement. Officials remind drivers not to drink and drive, regardless of whether a checkpoint is planned in their county. The South Dakota Historical Society is seeking public input for which properties in the state should be preserved. Amy Rose has more. Amy.
D-Ray, the South Dakota Historical Society wants feedback on which properties should be added to the National Register of Historic Places and what the state's preservation and project goals should be. The state wants to identify any at-risk or endangered properties for consideration and nomination. The Historic Preservation Office oversees the National Register of Historic Places and the National Park Service within the state. Public comment is open through November 1st.
The South Dakota Department of Game, Fish, and Parks will host the 58th Annual Buffalo Roundup and 30th Annual Arts Festival in Custer State Park this weekend. The Buffalo Roundup begins at 9:30 in the morning on Friday, September 29th. The Arts Festival will run from Thursday, September 28th through Saturday, September 30th. A state park entrance license is required on Thursday and Saturday, but there is no cost to attend the Buffalo Roundup or Arts Festival on Friday. In national and international news, Congress returns to work in crisis mode with 5 days to go before a government shutdown. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy faces an insurgency from hard-right Republicans eager to slash spending even if it means closing federal offices to millions of Americans. The House is expected to vote Tuesday on a package of government funding bills, but it's not at all clear that McCarthy has the support needed. Meanwhile, the Senate is trying to stave off a federal closure with its own bipartisan plan for a stopgap measure. It would buy some time and keep offices funded past Saturday's deadline. President Biden is going to join striking auto workers. Amy Rose has the story.
President Joe Biden's decision to stand alongside United Workers pickets in Michigan during their strike against major car makers underscores an allegiance to labor unions that appears to be unparalleled in presidential history. Experts in presidential and U.S. labor history say they can't recall an instance when a sitting president has joined a strike. The president will join the pickets Tuesday, the 12th day of their strike. It comes as a day before former President Donald Trump makes his own visit to meet with striking UAW members. Biden has repeatedly sided with the UAW during their strike. Biden says the workers should participate in the car makers' riches now that the industry is roaring back.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced on Monday that the first American-made M1 Abrams tanks have arrived in Ukraine months ahead of schedule. The tanks arrived in Ukraine in time to assist with the country's ongoing counteroffensive against Russian forces, an effort whose window is closing due to the impending winter. Zelensky did not clarify how many tanks, but the U.S. is expected to deliver 31 of the vehicles over the course of several weeks. The delivery came in response to Ukraine's urgent request for modern tanks earlier this year. European countries have already sent dozens of German-made Leopards and some British Challengers. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Lots of sunshine today with a high of 76, low tonight 49. And that was your Daily Slice for Tuesday, September 26, 2023. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D-Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jaquess. I'm D-Ray Knight. Have a great day.